Hello and welcome to Conquest of Elysium 5, the roguelike version of Dominions. If you've seen our playthrough on the series, we are diving into our first look at this game. It has been a highly requested, viewer-requested game on the channel. It is a very kind of ugly, but beautifully complex strategy game. This one is a bit more of a roguelike than it is a big grand 4X strategy games like Dominion. We're going to be diving in for our first look this morning. So join us and enjoy the adventure. All right, so let's start up a brand new game. We are going to play on, I think, a huge map. I don't know. I feel like that's good for starting. We're going to play on Dark Ages because I think I like the idea of starting in this version. Instead of sort of having an early age, middle age, late age, you have a Dark Ages where humanity is weak, but all sorts of spooky, crazy things are going on. Then the beginning of the agriculture, the empire, the fall of the empire, the rise of sort of city-states and kings, and then the dawn of a new empire. All of these affect all the different factions, all the different NPCs and stuff on the map, the groups you fight. And apparently different societies are very, very different, sort of classes are very different in the different societies. Everything else we're going to leave as default, and we are going to pick, of all the different classes, you can play as all sorts of different things in this game. Necromancers, demonologists, you can be humans, you can summon trees and stuff as druids or as dryads, you can summon dragons as a kobold, you can be dwarves, which are kind of like ants. I let chat vote. Of course they picked random, so we're gonna go in this way. I feel like it's our first match ever. We've done pretty good at Dominion, so I have an idea of how the game works to some degree, but not a lot. So we're gonna leave everybody on the base jester to start off. We are a druid. He will, in classic terms, classic channel terms, be named Turgus, and we will enter a new world. I'm excited about doing some nature. We've had a lot of requests for, even when we were playing Dominion 6, about playing more nature-based factions, summoning a bunch of stuff. And I feel like a druid in the early ages will be strong. There is a swamp ghost nearby, forest giants, and a frozen sea. I turn this music down a little. The in-game music is DMCA striked, so we're actually just listening to the soundtrack to the game Outward right now, one of my favorite RPGs. And a beautiful game. So we have Turgus the Druid. The Druids like to portray themselves as priests of natures and the saviors of Elysium. Most people do not agree with this description, but what is certain is that they found a way to coerce the beasts of Elysium to do their bidding. However, meddling with the forces of nature is dangerous, and it is only a matter of time before the Druid is lured into helping the beasts of war against humankind. When such beasts attack human settlements, they are backed by the power of the Druid. Helping the beasts is surely an act of evil, but no one can deny that leading the animals is a great feat of magic, as the beasts of Elysium have strong souls and are not easily swayed. So we know how to cast Poison Vine, Poison Arrow, Poison Vines, and Curse of Wood. Oh, we can memorize different spells. Cool. Cast spell, Druidism level 2, Sickle. So we have Forest Stealth. Stealthy unit can only be seen by a unit that has acute senses or spirit sight. We have Animal Forest Stealth. All animals under the command of this leader will get Forest Stealth. And we are a Ritual Caster. We also have Akko, the Druid's Apprentice, who has Befriend Animal and Poison Vine. We start with a hut and a bunch of guys inside of it. So the way it works is a little bit different than Conquest of Elysium, Dominions. And instead of sort of moving province by province, it's all square based. So even the combat is not in the same sort of 3D grid, but instead this top down grid that even looks like it does on the map here. And you have action points per turn, as well as, I believe, like the ability to fight once per turn. I'm not entirely clear on that. We can recruit new units in our hut. We have 23 units here, 1 druid, mostly bare-chested warriors and bare-chested slingers. There's a hornblower here as well, which are bare-chested warriors not as civilized as ordinary men. This guy gives local leadership. He might actually not be a terrible idea to get, but it seems like that's sort of our early game stuff. We have special powers, so we can... Our thing is that we collect herbs. So I think we go into the forest and we collect herbs, and that's what we use to cast spells. Lesser Ritual of Mastery grants the caster a new first level ritual. Ritual of Mastery, Ritual of Grand Mastery. If we have herbs, we can plant forest guardians in forests and jungles. And if we're in a shadow wood, we can revive ancient forests. Akko can learn rituals, and he can also summon messenger crows. A murder of crows that will move around randomly, gathering information and claiming lands. The crows are quite aggressive and sometimes will attack travelers. They are stealthy and will ambush anyone moving into their location. I mean, that seems like probably something we're going to want to cast early so we have an idea of like what's going on. Quite a start. Spell list can be massive, but you only bring in so many in a fight. Starting spells generally randomized. Okay. Cool. Brilliant game. One of the best you've ever played. Make sure your armies are strong enough before you attack anything. Yeah, so I did do a little test run this morning to understand just a bit of how things work. Because, for example, a transfer troops is not so obvious here. So we can pick up a bunch of guys. It looks like we have... What is in here? Sorry. Venus fly traps. Stealth, pierce resistance, blunt resistance, mindless, immobile, and stationary. Cannot move in combat. Cannot move on the world map. So I guess the bare-chested warriors are who we have to take in combat. We accidentally put Akko as being the one in charge here. I wonder if there's a way I can undo that. Turgus. Yeah, there we go. So, a single swamp ghost, forest giants, Akimono. There is one forest giant here, but we can also see that there's a lot of like herbs. So I want to say that terrain info is I. Herb income of 6. Of 1. Of 1. This is the best spot for sure. This ancient forest here would get us a lot of herbs. But we'd have to fight a forest giant, which I don't know if that's a good idea. It is a monster layer, so stuff is spawning there as well. A single swamp ghost. And this is full of little Bakimono, which are basically little goblins. So I guess I kind of want to know, if I move here, it costs 2 movement to go through, plus 1 because of the snow. This ritual does not require many resources, but it takes a long time to perform Forest Guardians. Interesting. And I guess it does seem to be the case that, like, I'd have to make Akko his own guy if I want to use his spells separately. So that's good to know. Silver boot means it's a snow tile and costs an extra action. Okay, yeah. Double click for the whole category. Oh, like here. Ah, cool. All right. Well, I guess let's end the turn. And we can keep exploring. You are also making me citadel. Player will lose immediately if he no longer owns any citadel. We're only making 2 gold, so summoning literally anything is like impossible. Only the general can cast ritual spells, even if you have other ritual casters. Okay. I have 15 herbs. I think I would like this guy to cast messenger crows. Bam! And I guess they will now explore? I hope none of these guys are openly hostile against me. And what is the hotkey here? Why? The autumn is here. There's a recruitment offer of 1 chieftain for 43 gold. Ikius the chieftain. 4 stealth shield. So this is like, I guess, a hero. There are 2 goblins in this forest. There are 3 deer in this forest. I tell you, I feel like goblins is something we could probably take. I really want to fight that forest giant, but I feel like he would solo all of us. 2 enemy units were overrun. Okay, so I guess we had a big enough army that we just took them. Every one of these forests is giving us little bonuses. I am not sure that that messenger crow thing worked, because I don't feel like we have any messenger crows flying around now, unless they immediately attacked our own dudes, which is quite possible. Did it die? It might have. I mean, it's not in your army. It's not in your army. Okay, also these Bekimono are like moving around. There's a battle here. Let's see how we do. We are attacking independents in a forest. A bunch of deer. This doesn't really seem like the kind of thing a druid should be doing, but crushed him. Messenger crow description said they were also aggressive and could get into fights. Oh. Oh no. Yeah, so you got ambushed by Bekimono and it looks like, yeah, also maybe some Oni. So our druid's apprentice is dead. 1 vertebrate. What's the vertebrate? Occasionally, a druid appoints a person to be a leader of humans with the right to punish anyone who disobeys his order. This does not allow vertebrates to punish druids. You cannot punish those who have appointed you. Okay, I don't love that these goblins are just going around killing people. Especially when they're my homies. So let's see if we can take them out. Got a little poison vine on some of them. Slings and javelins doing some pretty good damage. Curse of the woods. Oh my god, we turned it into a tree? That's a baller move. Whew. Die Bekimono. So these are goblins that are just good at combat, I guess. Up, up. They are not goblins? Bekimono are like forest goblins, mountain goblins. At least that's always been my understanding. A scout and a chieftain. Man, we really don't have a lot of money. Scouts can see hidden units. Plant forest guardians. Those are just defensive. I am wondering whether or not fighting a swamp ghost is a really bad idea. Obviously, I want to try it. But I probably should just collect more herbs. There's not really like a lot of advantage in doing that. There's a bunch of sea people out there. Karma for attacking the deer. Oh, cool. The sea like freezes more over time as well. Oh! We do have birds. They're stupid. I just couldn't see them. They were blending into the forest so well. Okay. Right-click the ghost. Swamps are magic places. When someone dies in a swamp, it's important to take proper measures to prevent the dead from rising. The swamp ghost is the spirit of a person who died in the swamp without being staked. Paralyzing Scream. Strikes anywhere, wide cone of 6. Cold resistant, poison resistant, undead, sleep immunity, charm immunity, ethereal. Non-magic attacks have a 75% chance of passing through, doing no damage. Banishable. Mindless floating swamp move. Okay, so 5 HP. We might just lose some guys. Can I look at you? Oh, you're big. 82 HP. Giant sized. Though not really part of the troll kin, the giants that survive these days are most closely aligned with the trolls. A bit more reclusive than their cousins, they spend most days wandering the forest, longing for ancient days when their ancestors ruled Elysium. They see themselves as keepers of giant memories. They have Boulder, Throw Boulder, and Great Club with a sweep attack. So yeah, I will probably die very badly if I try to fight that. So for right now, we'll do a little exploring. Bakimoni are more like Japanese goblins than actual goblins. Yeah. I guess we'll get a ritual potentially soon. Greetings that are suitable for defending it. I'm gonna say I am interested in summoning some stuff, but I think it's gonna take some time. So we'll keep just trying to pick up as much of the trees, I guess, here as we can. Apparently there's nobody in this spider thicket, and it is a monster lair. So maybe we take this out so it doesn't spawn stuff on top of us. Have enough for forest guardians right now. How you check who you can and can't attack. Bouchard, the enchanter, has been eliminated. Killed by independence. The spring is here. Spring has sprung. Oh, this is cool. I didn't know this, but the messenger crows are also capturing locations for me, which is pretty dang handy. Obviously, I am horrified that these spiders are going to be stealthy, but I gotta know. Ochre jellies and a Catoblepis is one of the most horrible beasts of an ancient time. The presence of the Catoblepis is poison, and its gaze is death. Boy, death gaze does not sound like a great spell to run up against. A red outline means it's our block. Yeah, yeah. No action points left to plant forest guardians. There are 14 units here. Yeah, I can only recruit in my hut. Good old 2 ways to defeat a faction. Remove all their main settlements or kill all their lords. Yep, yep. Newton, hello, hello. I gotta hope that thing just doesn't kill me right now, because it could. It seems like it generously will not. Can I plant forest guardians? Oh, a tree of crows summoned. Some scholars say this tree is sentient and capable of casting crow controlling spells, because whenever it is in danger, an enormous amount of crows appear to defend it. However, a much simpler and more plausible theory is that crows simply live in or nest in these trees, and when they see a human approach, they attack them. Summon murder of crows. Well, that's a cool druid spell. Very druidy. Well, I'm going to leave that Catoblepis alone. And I think we will just keep exploring on our own. Oop. Crocodile. Ooh. This terrain also has iron on it, which I don't know if we really need, but we can trade it. I feel like we should do a Ritual of Mastery. Oh, it does take an action point. Okay. Could trade it if we had trade capacity. Okay. So we also need trade capacity. Well, at least we have a nice little forest here that we're tuckered into the corner. Let's try casting a Ritual of Mastery. That unlocks messenger crows for us. Aha, okay. Second level rituals. I see. I see. I see how it is. Burgess the Illusionist eliminated due to having no commander. So that's 2 computers down. A unit has died in the shallow sea. My crows drowned. I mean, I have thoughts about that. It's pretty strong thoughts about that. Can we could record a horn blower. Just fair. Local leadership 1. I feel like I just want animals is my only problem, but I don't know if that's realistic, especially considering my second guy died. Mechanic to flying units, but I'm unsure if it even applied here. Let's kill those boars because they seem like they are kind of taking up a bunch of my land. I hope that was a good choice. Get them, boys. What sucks is my other guy had befriend animals as a spell, and it feels like that's kind of what I would like to have. And I guess I'm not really... I don't know how to learn new spells yet. I guess we'll figure this out as time goes on. We got crocodiles. We got an ancient forest. 2 moose. 2 grizzly bears. A bunch of regular deer and a serpent. Snow snoozer. Whenever it's snowy, it's asleep. I would really like some ancient forests, but they seem like they're kind of complicated to take. At least we are building up our, you know, our amount of stuff here. Can I summon some messenger crows? I guess I could next turn. No. There are 26 barbarian warriors here. There are also 5 barbarian bowmen. Uh-oh. Grow, the mounted chief. NPC faction came in knocking. Yeah, it does not feel like we have a lot of troops. I could plant more forest guardians. Sucks that like everything is so expensive to walk through. Also, we don't get any gold from anything. I guess everything is herb related for us. Maybe they'll attack an ancient forest, lose most of their troops, and we can sweep in and clean up the crew. Or maybe they'll just leave. Stay stealthy in a forest. You should be good as long as I hide. Oh, that's a really good point. Okay, I'm going to cast crows up here next turn. Turns go really fast in this game, which is neat. Bam! You know what, man? Bam! 2 crows and... Bam! Minor animal summoning. Summon and take control of a small pack of animals that are native to the current location. Casting in a forest yields a few deer and maybe a bear. Casting in a desert, a bunch of scorpions. In an ancient forest, you generally get a better result. Okay. That feels good news. Battles are fought by the PC you just position. I don't even think you position, man. I think you literally just, like, get random hit. Like, I think it's... Your guys are automatically set up to be, like, melee, ranged cavalry on the edges. Well, at least we got some good territory here. All of this swamp also produces herbs, so it wouldn't be a bad idea to take it. Certainly would be not a bad idea to start summoning some animals as well. I'm going to move a little bit into position. Each unit has a position front, mid, rear.
Major.
Marinara, thank you so much, dude. 41 months. The dark gods of nature. Let's animal summon. You got some wolves. Let's do it again. You got a big ant. Okay. Can I, like, upgrade our building? I guess not, hey? You know, I know in Dominions you can. 0 trade capacity, so I can't trade even if I wanted to. We have all sorts of guys on the map. I don't know what any of them are other than, I guess, a 1 barbarian faction. Dakshan, hello, good morning. Druid's Apprentice for 57 gold. Not enough gold. I'm gonna summon a deer. That was apparently all my movement this round anyway. Those ochre jellies went and took that guy's swamp. So I think we're gonna try to steal that back now. Yeah, especially because our crows are over here capping swamp for us as well. Jeez, I hope fighting ochre jellies was the right choice here. Susie Dirk, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the agency. What are these guys? Pseudopod strikes. Uh-oh. 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 Every time they get hit, they can split. I guess they're also poison resistant. Yeah, so my poison spells aren't going to do much here. Okay, at least they split into smaller jellies. Nice! I turned them all into trees. I also turned one of my wolves into a tree. That is a pretty badass spell. Dude, that is a hilarious spell. Do you think I could fight that giant? Because I just turned it into a tree, probably, right? My birds, what are you doing? Ah, you idiots. Decided to go and fight some lizards. This grizzly bear is trying to take our stuff, so I am going to go fight him as well. Beast cavalry. All these guys cost 50 gold. That's wild. Yeah, we get 2 gold a turn from these farms, and that's it. That undead beast going north, too? That one seems like it's mostly ignoring me, though. Yeah, see, like, look at this. I fight a grizzly bear. I turn it into a tree. Dude, we could totally kill it. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand that a grizzly bear has a lot less HP than a giant will. But that feels... this feels doable. Could save up to a Ritual of Mastery in like a turn as well. Here we go. I mean, unless we just get like... unless he just chucks a boulder at me and kills me. Forest Giant resists the magic. That's not good. I don't want him doing that. Some poison arrows. Okay. He's probably poison resistant, though. Oh, no, he's actually not. So he's going to take some pretty hefty poison damage. This looks like pretty good. 21 poison. Ooh, there's that big sweeping strike. You know what, man? This is the sacrifices we make. Now he's tree. Get treed, you nerd. Dude, Druids, pretty cool. If it fails, think of the content potential. Always. So now we have an ancient forest. 6 herb income. Snow is reducing herb income by 50%. Interesting. Monster layer owned by Turgus. I do want to do a Ritual of Mastery, but I also want to summon animals. But let's do the Ritual of Mastery first. Yeah, because I got a major animal summoning here. Take control of a pack of beasts. Just past the turn. That Swamp Ghost is also moved. Oh, fish people are attacking me. They're attacking my hut. Interesting. So I guess you're meant to summon some of those giant trees on your base, eh? There are factions that cannot control ancient forests and thus cannot ever stop them as spawners. Ooh. All right, look, I liked that. Let's try that again. Well, let's go as the druid. We were learning how to play him. We got an idea now. Turgus will live again. I firmly believe in us. Look, even the music transition is just happening to hit us perfect. Maps are random, right? And this way we don't have to lose our other guy right away. An Undyne and a Hippocampus. Ooh, cool. So, Turgus, you're going to take these guys. And a scout. Good to know. I should also probably look. What do you have? You have Vine Arrow. You have Befriend Animal. I definitely want you to take that. You have Oak Army. Special effect armor +1. And animate tree. Okay. Ooh. So Oak Army affects your whole army. I think I'm going to ditch Vine Arrow and take Befriend Animal. And Volosensis, you have Poison Vine and Barkskin. Coastal hamlet with a spearman and an archer. It does seem like we are no longer in Snow Nation, which is maybe kind of nice. Plant Forest Guardians and Ancient Forest. Forest and Jungles. So I think in the hut, we can plant Forest Guardians. You will not get the same fun, i.e. most horrible starting spot again. 25 radius of cast target. Yeah, which seems pretty good. Dead Forest. Ooh. I will say we certainly had a lot more forest around us in the last spot. And thus a lot more herbs. Kraken in the sea. But, you know, maybe he won't come on land. Krakens can land? Okay, well, maybe he will come on land. He's an animal, though, right? Is he? You guys are snakes. Are snakes animals? Are undines animals? Fast, aquatic. I guess my question is, does befriend the animal only affects animals? Doesn't affect mindless beings. Magic negates easily. I guess they probably have to have a thing that says, I am an animal. I'd love to befriend a Kraken. That seems like would be a very fun start. 5 magic resistance. Bakimonos. Oh, no, 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 no. Well, a single spearman and an archer. Why don't we take this coastal hamlet? Dunk. Oak army. So these guys all get 1 extra armor. Oh, this is great, especially because we don't actually have any armor. Animated bush. It's easy to think that animating a bush would almost be as effective as animating a real tree, as they are quite similar except for size. Unfortunately, this is not the case. The weak branches that make up the bush are really strained to make the bush move around. If anyone should hit the bush, they are likely to break it. This makes the bush almost useless in combat. Ah, I see. So that spell is really only good if we are attacking in a forest. But look at this. 2 gold? We're making 4 gold. We're already twice as rich as we were in the last campaign. What's your special powers? Oh, you have minor animal summoning? All right, well, start casting that, dude. Ant. 4. Hills. A village. Ooh. I like to start off already. I could hire a bear chest to scout for 16. I think let's do that. And then I could put it in this guy's army so at least he doesn't get ambushed. Maybe a good idea. You could have both heroes in the same party. Yeah, yeah. And I don't know, maybe that is the way to do it, but... 4 archers, 5 spearmen. Nah, we could beat that. Let's teach these humans what it means to be part of the forest. All depends on what makes sense. Ooh. All right. So this guy's got a little hard on him now. He's got a festering wound. Causes the unit to heal at half the usual rate. Has a chance of going away every month, but more often it becomes infected. You know what's cool is I feel like I'm actually paying attention to things like wounds in this, where in Dominions, I ignored wounds. And it does feel like our guys are tanking hits from these arrows now to 1 to 3 damage. So I guess if it only does 1 damage, it does nothing because of our armor. I'm assuming armor reduced by the armor value before dealing damage to the unit. Yeah, cool. Oh, you also got... You lost an eye. Ooh, that one's not going to heal, buddy. But you know what? It does make you super badass. Festering eye wound. Merging stacks for certain fights makes sense. Yeah. That makes sense to me. So I have a question as well, which is, can I recruit in these villages? It doesn't seem to be the case. Giant locusts. All right, buddy. Well... Oh, God. This movement is rough. I hope that Kraken doesn't attack us. Kraken attacking. Another bear chest is scout available. There are 6 snakes here. I think let's go in there because maybe we can get one. And I also want to just start grabbing some plains, which I'm realizing actually have no value to us. So we only conquer forests. Interesting. All right. Befriend. Damage 0. Does poison though. Animate tree. How about befriend snake? Oh. How about not, he says. Recruitment has its own location. Okay, it's the crown. All right. No, the crown is citadel. Units can be recruited here. You know what? That's not to say it is also not that. Ah, the Kraken! Do I head towards that hut right now? Because I have no forest guardians there? I think I do. Which I also think probably means you're going to move down here. I don't want to lose our citadel again in the same way that we did last time. I guess you could keep scouting for now. Then we'll summon some stuff there. Kill the Kraken. Kraken be menacing. I'm definitely pretty worried about it. There is not a forest here. Sucks. Birds. Okay. I mean, we might as well just explore then. It's on the coast, just waiting menacingly. Slingers. Lots of villages and stuff around here, which is kind of nice. There's only a slinger there. We could probably take him with the bugs we have. Summertime. Ooh, a graveyard with a wraith. Let's kill that guy and keep moving. You're going to go into this forest. Yeah, the last map we had a lot of forest around us, which was kind of nice, but it does seem like there are pros and cons to both sides. Okay, I don't like that Kraken doing what it's doing. Swamp, there's a serpent here. We attack these Bakemono. Yeah, dude, that's the bush you want. Here we go. We got our eyeless guy up here fighting their best samurai. Absolute ballers. What happened to this dude? Chest wound. I could unassign the bush summon. Yeah, you're right. I guess I could. I guess it's good if I'm fighting in a forest, but unless I'm going into a forest. Now, obviously, I am very worried about that Kraken right now, taking over my farms. You don't have a big army. That serpent's not that big, though. That serpent, that Kraken could move directly onto my capital right now. And I bet he's going to. It's kind of like hard to defend your base. Being situational like this can get annoying. You technically want to use it only in forest, but you have to remember to keep the spell active for forests. Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I think that's there's interestingness in that as well. You know what? Let's at least put a scout in there. And then currently there's a bunch of Venus fly traps, so maybe some slingers. That's what, 5 slingers I get? Okay, you're gone, you're gone. Let's see what happens. Hopefully that Kraken doesn't kill me. Well, he hasn't yet. That said, I do think we're going to have to move back and deal with him. Ooh, a troll shaman with 6 forest trolls. Cast spell with troll magic. Regeneration 5. That is an ancient forest. Okay, that Kraken just vanished. Okay. Let me take all that good stuff. Hope for the best. 5 health per battle round. Yeah. I'm going to move you here and then cast Ritual of Mastery next turn. I think you're going to have to deal with that snake. Interesting having to like capture all these parts of forests. Wild Hunt. The druid calls the wild hunt in an ancient forest and releases it upon the world. The hunt moves to ancient forests and claims them for the wild. If there are no more unclaimed ancient forests, the hunt will advance on the bastions of civilization instead. Huh. Can't tell if that's really good or really bad. Game looks like Dominion. Yeah, same devs, same devs. This is their less strategy, more roguelike style game. You end up kind of focused on singular heroes a lot more. And it's not about like having a bunch of cities and building up those cities. You have like your capital and that's it. Does feel like as long as you have armies, you shouldn't die just from losing the capital, but I think actually that's an option during world's creation. I'm gonna try another ritual of mastery here. Heart of the Forest. Every ancient forest has a heart that's connected to the larger forest surrounding it. With this ritual, the druid takes control of the heart of the forest, and the ancient forest begins to spread the druid's influence and exert control over all forests in the vicinity. It's also able to defend itself with nature magic if any hostile units should enter. Okay, that is so baller. So if I could take this ancient forest, I would just get all of this surrounding forest with it. Four boar warriors for 50 gold. Berserkers. Oh, I guess they also take... Oh, you can pay 50 gold or you can pay 10 iron. Oh, that makes iron a much more valuable resource. Interesting. So Forest Guardians isn't always just the giant crow tree. Forest, we got coral guys up there. Some snacks. 10 herb income though. Even in winter, you need to save up several turns. Yeah. I'm a bit concerned about the herb income we've got going on right now. 5 snakes. Do you have a friend animal? No, you have poison vine and bark skin. Gonna keep grabbing forests right now for them. And I mean, I guess I'm gonna start heading this way. We can move across plains really quickly. Like, we're slow going through forests, but plains only take a single movement, so. All right, Snake, now you're taking my territory, which is bothering me. Hope that was the right idea. Huh? Where are you going? Oh, they go behind. They're flying, so they go behind enemy lines. Oh, cool. The giant ants have acid spray. Good job. Hit my own boar. Give it a festering wound. All right, that Kraken is kind of moving out. 4 giant morals. Killing hallucinogenic spores. A captain and 2 swordsmen on that farm. All right. Interesting. We can get another Druid's apprentice. Let's do that. Latificus, Vine Arrow, and Tanglevine. Now, at the very least, I guess I could use you to scout. Probably could have gotten you a scout or something, though. Will. Remember how ancient forests are spawners? Yeah, like they're gonna keep spawning dudes. I guess they can also spawn in our favor. Uh-oh, I see a computer. Dwarves! Fry the Dwarven commander. And a bunch of dwarf guards. Yeah, okay, we're gonna go for those boars. They took a hamlet up here. I'm gonna take this hamlet down here. Well, I hope I can take this hamlet. Ooh, uh-oh. Locusts. Alright. The ants are doing God's work. A giant ant is good. Spawn countlessly and less controlled. You cannot really expect to control a forest because of that. Okay. I guess that does make a lot of sense. Ooh. You lads got some armor, hey? Oh, not that much, though. Vine Arrow did 12. Okay, and that dwarf is taking some of our territory as well. I don't know that giant morals or something we really want to be fighting. You have befriend animal. And I kind of want to just say this. Oak army and befriend. Oh, you have to have 3 spells memorized. Okay, ditch Vine Arrow then, because I want you to take these deer. That's an ancient forest with nobody protecting it. Very cool. Very exciting. No. I wanted to make friends with those deer. 150 even. You could cast that spell. Heart of the forest. Yeah. We'll have to cast it next turn, but absolutely we will. Yeah, I guess we can't really keep the flower meadow forests, but the wood of many paths will be under our control. Oh, we have this other scout down here who's not really doing anything right now. Keep forgetting to use him. A High Lord and a Knight. Heart of the forest. Casts Tanglevine, Shooting Thorns, and Curse of the Woods. That entangles. This does 1 to 2 strikes, range 6. 7 strikes. Wow, so that's just like a super Vine Arrow. And this is the one that transforms into trees. The oldest and most respected tree in the forest, other trees will bow to the wisdom of this tree, and by controlling the heart of a druid will, in time, gain control over the surrounding forest. Cool, man. What sucks is this can't also count as a citadel. I'm going to plant some more forest guardians here probably as well. So I think what I'll do is just pick up a ritual. Yeah, and you know what? Messenger crows. Get some scouting around here as well. So you're good, you're good, you're good. You're kind of in a messy spot right now. Let's just tuck you into a forest. You've also lost a lot of your troops, so handful of goblins, potentially dangerous. No, birds, what are you doing? I didn't summon you to attack that snake. Idiots. Yeah, the dwarves do not like me taking their hamlets. I blame you for sending me on a Dominion binge this past month. It's not even a good game. I mean, disagree. And also, have you played Conquest of Elysium? Please, let me send you into another binge. I guess I'll just grab a spot and then move back. And then you'll keep looking around. So you have slingers. Why don't we put some, I don't know, swordsmen? Warriors? Some warriors here as well. So now at least we have a little bit of defense if that Kraken attacks us. If that crack attacks us. Dwarfs, dwarf arbalists. You know what, I'm going to sneak up that way a little bit. Independents ambushed in a forest by me. Okay, that Kraken is heading towards our base. Nice stuff, dudes. A never healing wound. Dude, Krakens ain't jack. 2 of my Venus flytraps killed it. Oh, what are my birds doing? Birds, stop attacking things. A little bit of food for that Kraken. Did feel like that might have been the case. All right, well, that's quite a bit of Venus flytraps there now. Oh, you're not going to live that, buddy. Maybe you could. As long as you don't move towards that Venus flytrap. Interesting that there is a hostile Venus flytrap here. Winter is here. Snack. Boars. Can you summon Forest Guardians? You can plant Forest Guardians. Oh, okay. Well, why don't we send you up here then? You're going to keep looking for mushrooms. A gallows? Whoa. Then maybe I could try to get this tree and start another Heart of the Forest up there. You know, it doesn't... If I wait until springtime, I can cross these plains pretty quickly. One of the Venuses made a crit for 15 health. Was crazy in that fight. That's very good. I did just see also someone through here. One Principe. Lamius the Senator. Experienced ritual caster. He's got a bunch of experienced Hastades. Reduce the incoming tax by 1 to 2. And you have armor 1. These guys kind of seem like maybe super dangerous. But also, I'm a druid and I have spells. I'm gonna risk it. Soulless, disposed spirits. All right, you're gonna vibe there. You're gonna keep going north and checking out all these trees. Let's see how they do, Johnny. Oh, my boars. All right, at least the vine arrows absolutely slaughter them. Sometimes. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Yeah, get him, Bush. Jeb, Jeb, Jeb. No, my slingers. Wow, they look like they killed that guy and turned him into a tree. Okay. I hope that was their entire army. It was not. So this graveyard is also spawning, guys. This counts as my woods? Oh, interesting. Plane shift Hades. This being can traverse the veil that separates Elysium from Hades, the realm of the dead. What? Touch of the dead. Does weakness? Special effect weakness. I mean, I'm a bunch of pigs and stuff, so I probably don't want to go down that road. My spreadsheet's all messed up. All right. Oh, those dwarves. Spring has sprung. Excellent. So I'm going to have you plant some forest guardians down here. Okay. There are knights down here. I wish our hut was like in the middle of a forest. Herb income is increased during summer and fungus during fall. Suppose that makes a lot of sense. Dun, 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 dun. I get 8 gold. I mean, I could come back here and pick up a bunch more units. Alternatively, summon mythic beasts. Can only be performed in an ancient forest. All right, well, now I know what I'm doing with you. We're going to do one more round of forest guardians here because I want to make sure that this place is safe. Large spiders. Yeah, you don't have much of an army right now either, which has got me a bit worried, but... Icon of the planets in the top bar. Yeah, there's all these unknown planes, which seem really cool. Largely irrelevant until certain factions open up portals. Cool. Hassa, the Beast Knight. A self-proclaimed knight and commander of the Beast Cavalry. While probably stronger than their brethren, they still haven't found a proper beast to ride. The Beast Knights claim to be brave and skilled warriors, but we've yet to see one of them fighting as a proper knight on the front ranks, where glory awaits the brave. Well, I kind of want that. That's a mounted commander. Portal open to such a realm could be a game ender. Yeah. I'm gonna take that guy. Oh, I need 55 and 5. Oh, my bad. Okay. Butts. Just gonna get some warriors then. You're going over here to pick up that stuff. So I think I'm actually just gonna use you as a taxi at the moment. Lizardman. There should be another Heart of the Forest up here somewhere. Certainly feels like that would be the case. No, run. You killed the first one so well. R.I.P. Druid's Apprentice. I guess you are not going to be a unit taxi. Vertebrates, Chieftains, Beast Knights. I think there is a scout there. Bum, 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 bum. Dude, you have got to summon some stuff before you get yourself killed. Which I think is probably going to accidentally happen in a moment. Because I need to summon fancy stuff with my main army instead. Grizzly bears, what are you doing down here? Summon mythic beasts. Oh, I almost have enough for a wild hunt. But this has got to be bad for me, right? Like, the Wild Hunt, it looks like this takes ancient forests and releases them as independents. You got a puppy dog. That didn't seem that good. Puppy dog, Black Hound. While sometimes called forth by druids that are just wild beasts, some are more sinister. Sometimes a druid is accompanied by a huge black hound. According to interrogated tribesmen, the black hounds are gifts from the gods of the primordial world. Gods themselves are supposed to have black hounds accompanying them at all times. They're surely not of this world, and their mere presence make the bravest of the men tremble in fear. Okay, actually, this is pretty good. It's also like a bodyguard unit, it seems. Oh, man, that's a lot of spiders. It's a lot of spiders. Acute Senses is a scout unit. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, good job, Giant Ant. But will it be enough? That's only a scout. Well, Giant Ant is really putting in work. There's the bark armor. Dude, Giant Ant is MVP of the game right now. I'm going to go ahead and say that you are allowed to summon a bunch of rabbits, some cobras. What, those are rabbits? Small, white, and fluffy. The rabbit does not look very dangerous. Those sharp front teeth are not there for show, however, and being bit by a rabbit can hurt really bad. 0 damage. Okay. I mean, I guess they at least can take an arrow. This is interesting. These grizzly bears are like taking units, but at the same time not taking units. I could try to befriend some of these grizzly bears. I think it's not a terrible choice. See how it goes. Befriend animal. No, animate tree. Okay, befriend animal. Okay, animate tree. How about befriend animal? Because these guys are going to start killing me really quickly if you don't befriend them. Buddy, you are casting the wrong spells in this fight. Yes! Yes! Now, this one unfortunately has a chest wound, but... Alright, we got 2 grizzly bears out of it. This druid would rather have temporary trees than grizzly bears fighting. Autumn is here. Well, we're going to go back and do our magic place, and we're going to try to get some more stuff. I'm going to give you a ritual. You also got mythic beasts. There's some deer. Okay. Another deer. 24 units. Well, most are rabbits. It's better than nothing. Are the undead stealing our income? Dwarves came through there and they stole all that stuff. Oops, that's not who I wanted. Are those lizards? You are gonna cast Mythic Beasts. Not enough herbs. I'm gonna summon 3 flocks of crows. I mean, we still don't have a lot of vision around here, so... The undead certainly are doing some damage. Two great boars are defending an ancient forest here. So let's get that. I kill off these lizard men as well. Yeah, I'm going to take this chieftain also. And then he can pick up a bunch of these slingers and spearmen and the scout. And then at least like pick back up these swamps that we're missing. Okay, so we're attacking 3 lizardmen with all of our rabbits. Get some bark skins out. Some good poisons. I think my ants are going to die here, though. Maybe. Oh, one of my cobras did. And then this is for the ancient forest. Be cool if we could befriend some of these guys, too. Awesome. That's what I'm talking about. That's how the army grows. Dwarf lore in this game is top tier. Yeah, they're like ants, basically. It's so weird. So I want to do another Heart of the Forest here. It's going to take a few turns to charge it up, though. Onyx Amazons. Ooh. What else is going on here? A portal. Interesting. He had a point left. So I figured, why not? Oh, we have that swamp. Okay. So maybe I can stop the undead with this guy then. Possibly. 3 moves, 4 snakes. I mean, you should really plant a tree of crows at the very least. These are ethereal, right? It's a 25% chance to miss. Floating. Obviously, I'm wondering if this is a stupid idea to attack these with, like, non-magical units. Does feel like the answer to that is probably yes. Birds! Portal, generic description, means connects to another realm. Yeah. It does seem like our trees are like... Anytime we lose a territory, it does seem like they pick it right back up now. Oh, interesting. They also picked up this farm. So maybe you're okay to move up this way. Yeah, man. Outward. What a good soundtrack. Real 10 out of 10 here. Can we get some of these snakes? No. He says, no shot. I've got to get some more bushes on our side for this battle. Spring has sprunk. Two soulless, a serpent. Yeah, and then a wraith is protecting this. Fearsome ethereal beings rarely seen. Library master. Oh, cool. Floating, causes fear, banishable, ethereal, charm immunity, sleep, undead. Experience. It has a wraith sword, which does sweep damage. Spooky, scary. We're for sure going to have to deal with him sooner than later. You can Heart of the Forest next turn. So we'll do that in the Ant Grove. Ooh, there's an iron mine down here and a coal mine? Okay, we'll go for that after. Half mine, how we doing? Oh, you spotted those a second ahead of me there. Heart of the Forest. You know what? Let's go. Whoa. Academy of Higher Magic. There are 18 units here. Most are halberdiers, but there's also a captain. There's also a bunch of stuff here I don't understand. Trade +1, fortification +2, siegeable location, farsight. Library level 3. Owning more libraries usually increases the chances of recruiting different mages. A library can also be used by spellcasters to learn new spells. Many of the more civilized mages can level up at the magic library, but at the cost of gold. Captain. An archmage with a firebrand, a bloodstone ring, and a trader's medallion. Enchanted gates. Shock shield 78. Well, obviously I cannot break into here. Old wizards. A soul contract with Belphegor. Summon a demon knight at the beginning of battle. Yeah, all right. I'm not gonna mess with that. Never saw a level 3 library. I mean, it sounds like it would be very good, but this seems doable. Forest. There is a blue giant here. Excuse me. Blue giants are rarely seen. They mostly thrive in wet and inhospitable places, but they are very deadly, and when someone gets close to this giant fungus, it shoots out a cloud of magic spores. Puts a person asleep and slowly poisons them to death. Said to be a very pleasant way to die. It's an enormously large fungus and also has a very clear blue color, which makes it almost impossible to walk close to by mistake. Resistant to piercing, so it's also resistant to poison. I don't think I have a way to kill that. Giant mushroom, poison cloud, poison explosion on death. Okay. See how we do against these soulless. Feel like it should be pretty good. Great training fight for these guys, honestly. Fight a bunch of zombies. Excellent training fight. The enchanter can use the level 3 library for amazing things. Ooh. Enchantment. Enchantment. This is 3 gold. I'm actually going to take this village. Uh-oh, there's another player down here. 5 soulless. Excellent. All these soulless will be great training for me. Another hamlet. We're starting to get a bit of a decent income here as well. Up to 48 herbs a turn. Get him, grizzly bears. Two armor with that bark skin. I like that the grizzly bears have deep sleep. Such a foolish little thing. You guys are attacking these soulless. Excellent. I love that for us. Summertime. Is the living easy? Iron mines. I don't know who owns these, but I'm stealing them. A dwarf! Uh-oh. 24 units, 1 dwarf commander, mostly dwarven workers and dwarven guards. Now, this being said, I have a tree of crows and a heart of the forest. This one has a heart of the forest and 25 Venus traps. Short swords. Armor 2. Dwarf workers have pickaxes. Armor 0. I think they could probably take the ant grove, but they'd have trouble with the wood of many paths. What are you? A strange portal with floating cat horrors? This appears as the rotting corpse of a large cat, where its head should be bloody tentacles sprout and bony spines protrude from the back. The apparition is difficult to discern as it constantly flickers and fades in and out of existence. Horrors are astral beings that feed on the emotions of suffering, lamentation, of fear. Strangely distorted perceptions and their motives cannot be comprehended by sane people. Horrors are often attracted to magic, and special care should be taken when performing rituals close to the void where horrors thrive. Life Drain and Astral Claw. Initiative 5. Strange Portal. Awesome. Let's see where those horrors show. Alright, well, this should be an obvious win. Also this one. So, will our Heart of the Forest... In combat, it will cast spells to defend itself. Sleep, Strength, Shooting Thorns, and Animate Tree. Strength plus 2. Summon Murder of Crows. I was wondering whether it would spawn like roaming armies. which would be pretty cool, but I'd understand if it didn't want to. I don't think I want to attack them. Oh, that's a spider thicket. Should there not be a magic library? 24 units of pyromancer, crossbowmen, and halberdiers. Grizzly bears. Shadowwood. The Closed Keep. A princess and a frost dragon? Oh, sick. Sick. That's baller. Oh, that's a citadel? So if I get that, that's a second base. And I don't need to worry about losing my hut. I mean, I don't want to lose my hut, but I don't have to, like, worry that it's the end of my round. You know what? I'm going to take this market village, apparently. Long Deads, Spearman, Archers, Soulless. This graveyard is actually a really good place. This guy could just farm XP out here. I'm going to have him look for another forest, though. This is a Shadowwood, which you don't have the ability to fix, but I think you do? Revive Ancient Forest. Trees and plants will start to grow anew, and animals and beasts that once live in the forest return to live and breed. The ritual takes time to cast and even longer to take effect. Okay, that dwarf is coming down here. Ooh. And the yellow player is also coming up here. A white wizard with swordsman and a Zweihander. Defenders of Elysium against infernal forces and spirits of the dead. Swordsmen and Zweihanders. Alright, that guy's got a pretty big army. So I'm kind of wondering, do I trick these dwarves into going after them? I don't really have a big army right now. So we also have a trade capacity now. Can I buy iron? Well, I can also buy herbs. Four wolves. What happens if you summon animals in a Shadowwood? You get a giant mantis. Apparently. Buy some more slingers just in case. Twitch and Bugs, name a better combo. Remember seeing Seth's review of this game? Yeah, Seth and Reggie are who I've watched of this game that made me really go like, oh, okay, this game looks ridiculous. I gotta try it. Dwarf swamp vines, ignoring the fortresses. That would make sense. Oh, this is a gross amount of arrows. Oh, I guess we don't have like bark skin on these guys. We do have a lot of javelins at least. No, my birds! My birds might be able to kill zombies, actually. I believe. I believe. Wow, yes. Let's go. You can only find songs of Conquest, not songs of Elysium. Same, but different, right? Oh, an ancient temple. Owning more temples increases the chance of certain recruitment officers. Coal mine. There are those Bakemonos. Giant spiders and wolves. You lost a lot more troops there than I was gunning for, that's for sure. A will of the wisp. Mesmerize and enslave. Yeah, I probably don't want to fight you. Take that forest instead. If I can move and recruit on a turn, I'm going to generally try to do that. And let's also recruit some more warriors. Because I did lose a lot out of this guy's army. Cool. So those guys are going to fight each other for sure. And I think these birds are dead. Well, they did good. $17 units here. That's a lot of Bakemono. I do have some good grizzly bears. Should I try to fight these floating cat horrors? They're not immune to poison. They only have 14 HP. What spells do I have active? Befriend animal. Are they animals? Let's get rid of animate tree and take vine arrow. I hope I didn't just get him killed. Boars. Probably should have moved on those long dead, but ah well. And I'm buying iron. Okay. We're attacking the horrors of the ancient temple. Let's see what happens. We got an oak army on our beers. 0 points of damage. 0 points of damage. They have life drain. Okay, we got a really good magic arrow off there. Can we get some more of them? All right. We found a magic item. We also had some more druids come running by us. What's a magic item do? Spirit ring. Ooh, cool. So our druid is now a ghost. Basically. And this does chance of better recruitment officers. Offerers. I guess I might as well grab these trees, but I probably need to come back here and do some legendary recruitments. Those guys got overrun. Get some more animals in this guy's army. Yeah, let's kill these long dead. Let's get these villages back. Hoping these guys aren't too bad to fight. Doesn't seem like it. Horrors can solo armies. I could see that. Definitely had a moment in that fight that I was like, uh-oh, have I made a huge mistake? It's gonna take me 3 to cross any of these territories except for the plains. I hope that's not going to get him killed there. Okay. $500 herbs. I almost have enough for a ritual of grand mastery. I'm very confused because it seems like wolves and spiders and moose are all spawning here. And I'm wondering, like, have I missed something that's causing this to happen? You do need to go back here and get some troops. We'll keep looking around. There is that spider spawner up there, but... This is interesting, man. Don't really want to fight those ghosts if I don't have to. Ancient Forest, 16 goblins. That army can probably take on 16 goblins. Probably come from other ancient forests nearby. Okay. Also 5 wolves. You're auto-occupying the forest after they take them back, but they can, for sure, be another spawner just outside your explored areas. Okay. I mean, I guess that's what the crows are really great for. Just seems like everywhere I have to move takes 3 movement. And I know that's not entirely the case, but it does sort of feel like that. You have 1 movement. So... do I, like, cast? I can only cast Grand Mastery in an Ancient Forest, so I'm probably going to spend 600 points doing that. 16 goblins. Cowardly. Expendable goblin. Boom, 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 boom. Let's just add a couple more guys to our ranks for these gobos. And then we'll take them out next turn. We'll take the Forbidden Forest. Actually, you should probably take that village back as well. Pretty slick what you did. Letting it slide and curling. Oh my god. Canada's got enough going on with the curling jokes. Just get hurled abuse on the curling jokes. All right, let's do a ritual of Grand Mastery. Fairy paths. The druid will travel using fairy paths that bind the ancient forests together. It takes almost no time. He can take an entire army with him, but it's only possible to do it from one ancient forest to another. Well, that's incredible for you. I love that. Because now I can just fairy path you over here and march you up to repair that shadow wood. So that was an excellent, excellent choice. I have a bunch of iron, so I think I'm going to recruit some beast cavalry. Also. This is us versus the goblins. Barkskin, barkskin. I guess it would be pretty horrifying to just see a massive army of animals come charging at you. Like a grizzly bear alone, pretty scary, but a grizzly bear with a bunch of boars, giant mantises, and like serpents behind it. I guess they're all like, a bunch of them have like oak covering parts of them and like twigs sticking out of them from the armor. I now also have tier 3 spells. Oh, as you unlock the rituals, you get higher level spells. Poison vine growth and wild growth. Burst 25, burst 100. Remember that tier 3 library? You can learn all tier 3 spells there? Well, that's nuts. Can you memorize 4 spells now too? Oh, you can. That slaps. Give her to Animate Tree, take Oak Army. Wyverns. Okay. Giant centipedes. Snakes. Just really need him to figure out some troops. These dwarves. A queen's counselor. You got a lot of stuff around you here, buddy. I don't suppose you just get an overrun on that. You have befriend animals? Did I miss you unlocking that? I guess he had the same thing happen. Command beasts. Yeah, where I unlocked him to level 2. Or he got experience. Briar cage. Take that instead of poison vine, I think. Okay, these moose are taking back my ancient forest, so I have to step in and solve that problem. Yeah, I mean, like, I own all this forest, but there's so many animals running around it right now, too. I guess I could just, like, plant forest guardians everywhere, but... Monster boar. Alright. I feel like I'm starting to understand how these guys work. This boar is not a nice beast. It roams the plains and bullies other wildlife. 75 HP, trample 4. Shoot. Shoot. Why did I do that? That's the stupidest thing I could have done. These guys can see me now. That was dumb. That was dumb. Do you have a scout? Yes. Level 3 mage can cast 3 level 1 spells per turn. 2 level 2 or... Oh, cool. Cool. So I'm actually going to turn on Vine Arrow there. I see what you're saying. So because he's level 3, he can shoot that multiple times. So is it just for getting the higher level rituals that he gets this? Or is it also based on experience? I'm going to guess based on the rituals. That's amazing. This guy also did not come and attack me. Which I am very grateful for. You're going to summon a Black Hound. That's excellent. And then... just some more deer. Honestly... just gonna have you pick up stuff. Because I feel like you have this like mass mind control right now, which is really good. Yeah. So he can kind of farm that stuff. Obviously, I don't want to step out on this guy. Assumably, he can't even see that I am here. Free grizzly bear, right? Bottle caps, the primary currency of the apocalypse. So, yeah, I could fairy path. But what I really want is for these dwarves to go here, and then I can attack them in the forest. So I'm going to summon Amphitheater, the most noble of all serpents. And then some snakes. And then a deer. No, a moose. Even more dangerous. Deer, deer, deer. Another ancient forest. It's my lucky day. Hope this goes well. Nice. Wow, those cavalry just kicked ass. You're going to take the gray mercs. You're going to kill that serpent. I could spend a point here if I want. So let's just summon another moose. And then attack. I hope that goes well. This is a big fight here for me. Please, mind control, more moose. Well, you tried your best. Okay, this is a big fight. I guess the real disadvantage that we have is not crossbows. Uh-oh. Ooh. Entangled and poisoned. Right, we have trample on all these guys, which is pretty cool. And I guess, like, we have magic. This doesn't look like it's going very well, though. There's another mass poison entangle. Well, I wouldn't say it's going bad. We just can't let a bunch of dwarves be, you know, wandering around nature. That's not how druids work. I mean, we're basically elves. I feel better about that. Units in that hamlet. I'm just gonna move into here. I might actually just walk over there. I'm not sure yet. Wild Hunt. Forest Guardians. Just have this guy summon some stuff over here for now. Yeah, like I don't have either of these hearted yet, so we gonna want to do that. There are a lot of dwarves around. Elves surprisingly absent from this title. Yeah. Just okay. Elves get their day in the sun. I do want that iron mine, but 17 Bakemono could be somewhat troublesome to take. That was all your movement. Okay. Just gonna have you plant some Venus flytraps. We take that hamlet. Kill those soulless. Ooh, the dwarves went for the portal. Interesting. Wow, wintertime really cuts down on our herb income. Okay, I think I'm gonna have this guy try to take on that spooky ghost. I'm scared to do it, but I think it's what we need to do right now. This one iron, and honestly, I think I could probably start buying herbs. Possibly. Two free wolves. Okay, there's a lot of these dwarves around. I don't know where they're coming from as part of my biggest concern. I guess the thing is that they're meant to like live underground. And I don't like it. Summon animals. Summon more animals. Summon even more animals. Till wintertime comes, that feels like it's the play. All right, you're going to go for the graveyard. Good luck. How much damage can one wraith do? The answer is probably a lot. +6, what was that? Drain life, aura of unlife. Uh-oh. Just dusted one of my guys and made him a spooky ghost. Oh, I guess I don't have a spellcaster at all in this army. Uh-oh. Nice. Okay. Graveyard clear. That's good news. I know I could just save up my herbs here, but I think I'm just going to wait until the spring. Keep summoning trash in the meantime. Okay, we can get our hamlets back. My birds! Rip. Dude, where are these dwarves coming from? I don't understand. Here? Maybe they're somewhere in the mountains here that they're popping out from. Plant Guardians is a cheap time waster. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get some Venus flytraps in more of these places. Woodman. Cool. Now we're making 68 herbs. Doom, doom, doom. think ambushing them in the forest is the way to go. $13, $15. Couple of serpents. All right, so this is us versus the dwarves. Big bark skins. A lot of my mythic guys are getting just dunked here. Wild growth. Okay, I definitely see how anime trees can scale up after a little while. Woodmen are slow, yeah. All my trading posts. Curse you! I don't really want to chase that guy down, but I think I will afterwards. You're going to plant Forest Guardians. Thank you. You're going to walk into this ancient forest. And then I need you to teleport over here so you can start doing your job. Great. No problem with those snakes. Well, I guess apparently I'm killing these dwarves first. Maybe I should just start planting stuff in here to fight these guys. Or alternatively, Lord of the Wild. A druid can cast on an ancient forest when the enchantment is active. Groups of animals will appear in nearby forests that are owned by the druid. Hell yeah, that's the spell I was looking for. Look at this, I can get some boar warriors here as well to add to this guy's army. Now you got a big army rolling. Do some serious work with that. This giant boar is really fun, especially once we buff him. Ooh, this guy has a wood food amulet. Slash resistance. Doesn't help from you getting stomped on. If you were to play one game every day for 12 hours for a year, what game would it be? Like if I was forced to, or I got the choice to? One game every day for 12 hours. That's so much time. Part of me wants to say like, and I'm surprised that I would be the one saying this, but like Minecraft? I feel like I think about games that have enough substance to them to warrant that. Because we're talking like, what? Like 4,000 hours in a year, basically. Elder Scrolls Online. Yeah, I guess an MMORPG would be a good one too. World of Warcraft could probably be pretty fun to do that with. Just in terms of like, you could at least like, I don't know, achievement hunt. So you have that cool ability now. I think I'd like to cast this down in Greymerks as well. I feel like I should plant a bunch of plants here. But I think let's maybe just teleport next turn. You've got your big army, so let's grab those swamps. And then we'll just keep moving up the rest of the way. Only 12 hours. 4,380 hours. A wealthy merchant from a land across the sea is traveling through the country. Ooh, he has recently come ashore in Lilidhor. Brother, you say that as if I have any idea what Lilidhor is. Got a druid apprentice here, but he's very expensive. Boop, 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 boop. I also lost my trading post. Use special power, fairy path. Here's my first question. Can I travel there? The answer to that is yes. But the answer to that is also you will get ambushed. So I hope I didn't just die. We're fighting all the trolls here. I don't know, man. This ambush could be good for me. Doesn't mean my Black Hound is in combat. Oh, they have so much regen. But I can animate trees. Okay, a bunch of their guys are feared. He is summoning wolves constantly. Yeah, but I am literally summoning the forest itself. Nice. Damn, those dwarves did just like sneak through there. What's also great about that is now on this turn, I can say Heart of the Forest. No more rituals to learn. You do have some level 2 rituals, so... let me just see something here. That's all your movement. Why not learn another ritual here? Major animal summoning. Okay. Could take this graveyard and this like market village back. And I think what I'll do is I'll have this guy cast this spell over on Forbidden Forest, then I'm going to have him go sort of down through this and over to Ant Grove. I feel like we're finally starting to get like some of our territory locked down. Ooh. Gelmar the Burgermaster has been eliminated. No commander left. I do want you to plant some Forest Guardians here, so I'm going to let you do that first. You're going to do Lord of the Wild. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Not something like Ark or other survival games or a big MMORPG. Yeah. Games sort of maximum playtime. Plays a single playthrough, can only last that long. I think like achievement hunting is one of the things that you would want the most in those hours. Or games that at least give you like daily challenges. This is another ancient forest. 1 scout and 13 brigands. Well, I can certainly take that. Why do I feel like I have action points, but I'm not allowed to move? Have him summon some stuff. Yeah. You don't have enough now to teleport. Have you just plant some more Forest Guardians up here to make sure that this is safe. Have you teleport at the top of next turn. I gotta say, these dwarves don't seem to like attacking me is the good thing. They are trying to avoid me as much as possible. Then you're gonna ferry path to the Forbidden Forest, and Heart of the Forest is a spell we need. It's gonna take a while till you have enough to cast it though, so let's just grab some tiles in the meantime. You can cap that. You could probably take those Amazons, and then maybe we can figure out where this portal goes. You're buying herbs. Switch games way too often, yeah. It should be a game that you can do different things in, MMO or survival crafter. Yeah, even a lot of survival crafters, man, like they sort of cap out around like 500 hours, you know. Every single day would be despair to try and find clean water and food just to survive. The idea that people know how to do things like farm and irrigate. Everyone I know can't keep houseplants alive and they don't grow food sustainably. No, my bats. I mean, my crows. Just another ancient forest for us here. I like how our gameplay is just like, can we steal all the ancient forests on the map? Ah, my moose. Lost a moose. But, you know, got an ancient forest. Here's the Amazons. I have no idea how this is going to go. Bones of stone and Stygian skin. Blunt resistance, pierce resistance. Okay. I feel like we mostly have slashing weapons. Actually, I guess we have a lot of javelins. Well, they are doing work. Gonna give them that. Hey, these are our independent animal factions. Long Dead attacking our plants. It's nice to see up in action. 4 Venus flytraps, 2 Venus flytraps. So that was down here, I guess. You can cast this. It's 150. All right, so let's just cap a spot then, and we'll move next turn. Those are 14 dwarves. You are 18 guys. I don't know that you actually can handle that. I'm also kind of wounded. Yeah, I think you're gonna flee. So plants of forest Heralds down here then at least. And then maybe we can start exploring with him. VM, hello, how you doing? Question for the ages, right? Yeah, how do we survive in an old post-apocalyptic? Ain't an easy answer. Like, I really want to see what's in there, and those dwarves are now retreating, so I think I'm gonna about face. That wasn't a good idea, little deer. An unexpected hero is here. Sometimes a farm boy finds his father's old magic sword, and sometimes a farm boy just happens to be incredibly fast and strong. What's common for all unexpected heroes is that they're ordinary boys living on ordinary farms and always in need of an adventure. That's fun. I like the idea that he is like coming in here to try and take the heart of the forest. Enter gateway. I guess it takes an action point. You can cast this spell next turn. So I'm just going to fatten your army a little bit. Wish I could do that twice. Oh, those dwarfs are coming back after me. Might want to leave that woodsman behind. They're what's slowing down the army. The dead in the gold mine have risen from their graves. I don't have a gold mine. The woodsmen are slowing down the army. The bare-chested slingers? How do I even know what your movement is? Most units have 3 map move, units with slow 2, units with fast 4. Armies can only move as fast as the slowest movement. The vine dudes I summoned. Oh! Oh, I didn't think I actually summoned those in my army. My bad. Oh yeah, that's totally why I can't move at all. Thank you. That's very helpful. That is exactly the level of backseating I like. The, hey, you're doing something really stupid and it's a very easy fix. You keep asking this question and actually you have the answer, you just don't know it. All right, let's enter the gateway with these guys. Clicking on the destination square. Enter gateway. I guess I can't go through this gateway? Enter the portal and you will go somewhere else. You need 1 AP. Oh, he still has no AP. I thought he had AP this turn. Crud butts. All right. Oh, you're going away from me now. All right. What are you? Fort Righteous. A vampire. Sick. Curse of Vampirism brings inhuman strength and magical powers. Sense dead. Regeneration. Cannot pass rivers flying. All right, well, most of these guys are not bad except for that vampire. That's another citadel as well, which, like, man, I'd really like another citadel. Uh-oh. I entered the plane of the sky, which kind of seems like I'm gonna fall. There's an ancient hydra over here. Are you an animal? Can I... Can I absorb you? So those woodsmen I can leave here with the plants. You're gonna move there. Oh, this is definitely not good for him. I also don't understand how this works because I'm just standing on a bunch of clouds. Oh, buddy. R.I.P. that army. You know what? Sometimes these things, they happen. All right, you got yourself another Heart of the Forest now. Can I don't know where all those deer were here. There's a ton of deer here, so I just picked all of those guys up, added them to my army, I guess. Definitely let's kill those dwarves. And I better just save up for another commander. Thing with realm switching, independents can sit on the portal. Yeah, same thing with like the fairy walk, right? When we fairy walked to that tree, we got absolutely spanked for it. There's 2 spider thickets up here. What's interesting, I don't see an ancient forest up here, but I guess it could just be like just past our vision. But we have these 2 now with Heart of the Oaks. We'll get this one. I'm going to have that guy switch over here and start spawning troops as well. And then I'll probably move him up there and then loop around. So you're going to heart that. You're going to have to heart that. There's another one over here. I'm going to have to heart that. And then I do want to take Valadun and regrow it because we can do that as a shadow wood. But I tell you what, I feel like we've got our initial wood set up. We are a little hut on the edge of the ocean. God knows what sort of horrors are out there in the ocean, but why don't we cut our first video here at that and come back in the next one and see how we do. Until then, bye-bye.